Come on, heat your gloves, do your thing. How long have I got? 16 mile. That's not going to be enough. So I shall go and fill up. It should only take half an hour or so. Bloody hell, they've warmed up quick already. Shit. Right, we ready? We're ready? You ready, folks? Come on, boys. Let's get dynoed. Oh, bloody hell, there's a signpost there. Come on. Fuel me up, big boy. Thank you. I ain't got all fucking day. It's been a while since she's had some of the good shit. Out of my way. I'm important. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my god, I love this thing. As soon as you open it up, man, it's a fucking beast. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on and we're gonna get to P3 and I'm gonna stop talking. So I shall see you very, very soon. Goodbye for at least a minute. Alright mate, P3? Yeah, cheers mate. Oh god. Ow, my balls. Oh, did you hear my fucking laugh then? Hey, nice. Oh. How do? Not bad mate. How are you doing? You alright? Oh, alright.
I don't really give a shit about horsepower at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm using it for the road.
All you want it to be smooth, easy to ride.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the thing is, I live next to Alton, so I'm taking it on Alton every now and then. Because track days are 100 and something quid these days, so it's not like I'm really doing it all the time. So I'm using it mainly for the road. And when the bike drops and you're kind of unnerved and you kind of want to pick it up with the power to try and pick the bike back up again, you pick it up and all you get is this crack, and it's like it really shits you up and it unsettles the entire bike as well. So one thing I were going to ask about runs in general and tuning and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think you explained this to me last time and I didn't really get it, but essentially when you flash an ECU,
Yes.
I think what you said was the rider modes don't have anything to do with it. There's like the rider modes on top of a base map, which is the thing that gets changed. So so you don't change the map per mode, do you? No.
So the way it works is the rider mode is it's a throttle map mode.
Right.
So if you think about it as an old bike where you just had cable operated butterflies,
Yeah.
you just change the way that you're opening the throttle.
Right. Okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't affect the fueling at all. It's exactly that.
Oh, okay.
So all
right.
it is you have a base table that the actual throttle rate relates to.
Right. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, that's the important one, the throttle in there.
Right.
It makes it more responsive. It makes it where you before sometimes it open the throttle a little bit more, even though you're not demanding anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It makes it like this. It's cable operated. It becomes a more intuitive. The bike doesn't produce
all that power,
that RPM.
Right, okay, right.
The engine works better at higher RPM.
Right, okay, get
so you can open the butterflies completely. Also, there's other problems to this. So a one-to-one throttle is not necessarily the best, especially if you're at 1,000 RPM. The engine doesn't draw enough.
Yeah.
So, quick bit of physics.
Like it, go on.
Essentially, when the engine's drawing really slowly, the differential in pressures is low.
Right,
So
okay.
essentially, as it goes, if you just open it up completely, it stalls.
Doesn't know what to do with it. Right.
And that stalling is essentially because the engine's not able to create that massive difference, which is what the vacuum's a differential in pressure. It can't suck the air in there.
Right.
That throttle blade actually helps it to keep that differential high.
Okay. Ah, right.
The way I explain it is when you drink your milk, You gotta use a little straw.
Oh, yeah,
and the diameter of that straw makes it easier to drink milk. You use the drain pipe.
Yeah. Try and get it up.
Can't get it.
Okay, right.
And that's how it works. But then when the engine's more efficient at higher speed, because as it sucks down really fast, it creates a real big negative pressure.
Right, okay.
As soon as you open the valve, sucks it all in.
So where is that pressure? Is that in the cylinder?
That's in the cylinder.
Right,
It's from the cylinder.
So
it's an air pump. An engine's an air pump.
So how do you work that out? Is it just through testing?
Testing. Yeah. So, for your race lads, what we'll basically do is we go through all those throttle positions at every engine speed.
Right.
So once I've done my full map with a 1-to-1 throttle, I then go back through the table, look through the torque figures to see where I'm making peak torque.
Right.
And then what I'll do is I'll build a perfect power map
around that,
around those figures. Shit. So rather than it being 100% throttle at 2 grand, it won't work that way. Yeah. So it'll normally be like 40% throttle, and then it'll slowly build up. So I'm just looking for wherever my peak torques are, and then I just add all of that together.
Okay. How much do tyre pressures affect
dyno power?
Yeah.
Massive.
Oh really?
Yeah. What if you imagine? We're sampling from the engine, from the
rear wheel. So if that pressure's pushing down on it, right? Okay.
Well, you've got a bigger surface area than sticking to my drum.
Right.
Tyres make a massive difference. So if you've got a 200 brake horsepower bike, for example, we a soft tyre to our dyno tyres, for example, it's about 15 brake horsepower.
Fucking hell. Sorry, mate.
So whenever we do any testing, we run a control tyre.
Okay, right.
For that exact reason, different compound tyres will give us a completely different result.
Right, okay.
I mean, you've got to bear in mind there's obviously different days and altitudes and pressures and stuff.
Yeah, that's the
humidity has a bit.
Does it compensate for that, the dyno?
It does,
in a way.
to a degree.
Right, okay.
It's not actually that good.
Yeah.
So if I run a bike today and then run a bike tomorrow, I may have a difference.
Right, okay.
Even though I want to change the thing.
Yeah.
And everyone assumes that you're going to generate the exact same power every single time. It doesn't work that way.
I can imagine.
It really is. It does vary. So when we're doing R&D on something, it needs to be immediately. If we're changing something, it needs to be immediate.
Right, in the same day.
Nothing else changed.
Yeah.
And that's quite hard.
I can imagine.
You can lose your chain and brake, gain a brake. But it's a funny one that anyway, because like with the mapping, say for example yours, it's going to be running quite late.
Yeah.
Therefore, theoretically, we're just going to be pouring more fuel in there to make it better.
Yeah.
So you're going to get hammered on the MPG. But because it was running poorly before, you're not generating the same amount of energy. So by putting more fuel in, you have to open the throttle less to get the same kind of power.
Right, okay.
Understand what I mean?
So it could
kind of
equal itself out. Right,
yeah.
okay. Oh, steering lock, there you go. Yeah, fucking weird. Nice. Look at this.
Bend? Yeah, they'll just bend. So what happens is over time,
stuck in the cylinder.
Essentially, what will happen is this will just compress, so it'll just twist. As soon as that twists, you just fuck it. So that's the end of the day. So the more material you pull away from the cylinders means that the cylinder to cylinder, you have a weak point.
I was going to say, when you have a thicker line between the...
Yeah, because there's nothing next to them.
Yeah.
So in theory, you can go quite a bit bigger. much 160.
Oh, okay.
So not like there.
Yeah.
And you can just see it's deadly.
Oh,
and it needs more revs, and that's actually common. Because the 765 knob is exactly the same. So they're just your full power runs, and the yellow run is like a roll on.
Right, okay.
So the bottom line, the target, that's like our rough target, 13.1 to 1. Where you're feeling that kick is there.
Oh, is it 5 as well? Motherfucker.
So it goes from being well into the 14s, and then it just drops straight to roughly where you want to be. It goes a bit rich, but that's negligible really. But when you're actually riding the like more normal, it just stays lean. Until you start to get like half throttle, it's just really. Anywhere between 12 and 14 is roughly where you need it to be. You're not necessarily going to feel any different, and the power is negligible. So you can see that you do taper off here, but it hits a really hard limit at 10.8.
I can feel that.
When you could really, it would actually, you'd be up another 4 brake probably.
Right, okay, cool.
If it let you run it on.
Right, okay.
None of that really matters.
Right, so the main problem there is the fueling, like you said then.
Yeah.
If we could sort that out, that would hopefully... I'm going to say, like, in terms of actual, considering everything's bone stock, sorting the fueling out, would you expect much more in terms of numbers anyway, or? Yeah. Yeah?
So what you'd be basically looking at is, if you were to just sort the fueling out, because it's running rich at the top, where it's kind of tapering off anyway.
Yeah.
For a start, we push the revs a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they comfortably go up 500 up. No worries.
So why do they do that from the factory? Like, why do they limit the RPMs? Is it for safety?
Safety.
Right, okay.
More than anything else, they just keep it a little bit safe.
Okay, right.
But they've also, that's kind of the same thing as well. They've made them run a little bit rich. It's also a safety thing. Also depends on how well it trims. It's really cold. It could be slightly overcompensating because it's cold.
Right. If you took the closed loop and O2 out of that, would that?
That would, where this is lower down, that would pull that down a little bit, because basically all it does is it makes it default to a standard setting.
Right.
And it can't trim. Now, the problem is, disabling the closed loop on this, you have to do it through the ECU. You can't just buy a dongle. Most of the dongle kits don't work on the new Euro 5 because it monitors for a change. Those standard resistor things just don't really work for these.
Right.
As far as I'm aware, and we sell them.
Yeah,
But I'm not quite sure that they've made them for this one yet.
No.
It's because it can't just be a static value, it has to change.
Right.
That's where, like, Dynojet are really struggling with power commanders because of that control area.
Yeah, okay.
However, if you go into the ECU, like the Catis and BMs, we can actually change their target. So rather than completely disable a closed loop function,
you can give it a different value.
Make it work for us.
Right, okay.
Just change the target values to what we want, and then
it can then do its own thing then,
yeah.
Right.
But yeah, by just pulling this up from there to there, you're gonna gain 4 or 5 brake. Pushing the revs another 2, you're talking 6 brake up there, you'd be like 165.
Okay, yeah. So that's more around what I would have thought.
But then forgetting that, this area 10 times better, this whole area 10 times better. Yeah. Totally different bike.
Like I said, don't care about the horsepower really. Yeah. I don't give a shit.
We basically make the throttle a little bit more aggressive, gives you a bit more fun.
Yeah.
We ditch the exhaust control valve so they essentially be open all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Gives it a little bit more noise at the bottom, also gives you more power at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then also sort of the fuel out's going to just make it so much smoother to ride.
Okay.
So there's actually quite a significant gain across the board with this.
I'm going to say torque looks pretty linear.
Torque's really good.
In terms of
super flat.
Yeah.
But it's something else which they do actually. They control some of the ETV tables and stuff to make that. Okay. Like I said to you before, we could do that.
Yeah. But I don't know if there's much we can bump that up.
You'd be surprised how much that'll jump.
Do you think?
Yeah. As I say, if you decap one, what system have you got? It doesn't have a decap.
The black box is just a part of the silencer. It's not a cat. There's no cat in there.
But they're getting rid of that.
I'm getting rid of that. Yeah.
So it'd make a massive difference.
Yeah. So there's going to be 10 kilo difference anyway.
There'll be loads of plates in there that force the gases around all over the place.
So basically, where that servo motor is there. Fuck, that's hot, that. It's getting rid of the whole... Because what I was going to do when I get home now, because I've got the exhaust, what it does is it joins the header pipe, but the cat's there. And essentially, this is just a part of the airbox, part of the silencer, and that's just the muffler. So that's the exhaust.
Silencers.
Right. And so what's happened is, what I'm going to do is because I've got a Heel-Tech servo delete at home, I'm going to take the servo off, then see what it sounds like without the actual servo in there, the motor, take the motor out, and then I'm going to do my exhaust swap. All that's going That's gonna. It's at least 10 kilo, and I measured the new exhaust. The titanium. It's like fucking £2, mate. It's under a kilo.
You're
so
your tip box, you know, you should anything.
yeah. It's absolutely insane.
I love titanium. It's amazing.
I fucking love it, mate.
But yeah, honestly,
so nice.
once you do that, that's where your biggest gain's gonna be.
Okay, cool.
And then I put a filter in as well. If you can.
I'll get one. I don't know if there is any.
Give us a shout, we'll get you one.
Yeah, all right, nice one. Yeah, because I can do that at the same time as I come in for the next one. Yeah.
Because you could do that as a test if you wanted to as well.
Yeah,
Put it as it is. Swap the filter over, then you can see what gain you get.
Because the thing is, if you want to do a day, I might see if I can get the tuning done at the same time as all these changes. I mean, if we could do that as part of the same day, I don't know if you would want to do that, but that would be probably the best way instead of having to come back every 5 minutes kind of thing.
Yeah, but in fairness, some guess on the power.
Need my gloves, that would help. Not bad. We're just finished up now at P3. Oh, it's bloody cold. I'm going to do my outro, sorry, as soon as I can, because I'm not sure I'm going to have much battery left on the way back. But yes, you've seen the dyno figures, you've heard what John has had to say. Cracking chap, as always. If you're watching, mate, thank you so much. We're in sport mode yet. Cool. And I think the rain has just about held off for us. Right, I did run out of battery, sorry. Right, I'm going to do my outro quick. So that's been the dyno run at P3. You can see what we've got on the screen right now. Massive thanks to John. As usual, I could sit and talk to that guy about shit for fucking hours, and I did. I really appreciate just bouncing ideas off him, and it's just nice to have someone that fucking really knows the stuff, man. So massive thank you, mate, do appreciate it. There's the figures, like I said on the video, if you've seen, I don't really care about horsepower, I like my torque, so that's what I'm focused on. And I'm also, you look at the air fuel ratio there, and it's fucking everywhere, it really is. But, oh, KFC smells good. But yeah, so John basically does 2 runs. He does like a full 100% throttle, and then more of like a road use kind of, this is what you'll be feeling, normal kind of pickup speeds, which is cool. You get to kind of see both sides of what your bike can do in that aspect. The torque curve is beautiful, it really is nice, but the main issue is that air fuel mix is shite. It really is awful. I'll have a look to see how much it's going to cost to get this tuned up. We'll get the exhaust put on, and we will see what happens straight after you put the exhaust on, and then what happens after you've had it tuned. Come on, lights, you piece of shit. So that's me, I think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Lots of information. It's going to be a long video. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you very, very soon, I'm sure. And until the next time, sort them out. Come on, let us go, you cunt. Oh. Mr. fucking cyclist gets to go first. Prick.